Every story appears ordinary till you see the core side of it.
And what you're looking for is the story behind the news.
We bring it to you from Lagos, the commercial capital of Nigeria.
Giving you all sides and political stories round the clock.
Every detail from the start line to the final whistle.
CoreTV News, expanding your view.
Good evening and welcome to CoreTV Primetime News. I am Geft or Gete in our major story. The presidency says cleaning the mess left behind by the past administration requires scrupulous and painstaking planning. Also in this program, the People's Democratic Party says it has become obvious that Nigeria needs to join hands and prayers to save the Buhari administration from inaction. Group of IDP Nigerian children seek 6 additional schools in the northeast due to Boko Haram insurgency. Outside Nigeria, the European Central Bank says it will maintain its emergency funding quick bans at the current level. Good to have you stay on with us now. Details of the headlines and other stories. The presidency on Sunday said cleaning the mess left behind by the People's Democratic Party, especially the immediate past administration, requires scrupulous and painstaking planning. The special advisor to the president on media and publicity, Mr. Femi Adesina, said this in a statement made available to journalists in Abuja. Adesina was reacting to a statement by the National Publicity Secretary of the PDP, Chief Olisa Metu, in which he described the last 30 days under President Muhammadu Buhari as a period of all motion and no movement. The presidential spokesman said across all sectors, national life was devalued under the PDP and it would take meticulousness and sure-footedness to repair all the breaches. He said the Buhari administration is naturally contemplative because there was absolutely no rhyme or reason to the way PDP ran the country, particularly in the immediate past dispensation. After an evaluation of the first 30 days of President Muhammadu Buhari and All Progressives Congress administration, the People's Democratic Party says it has become obvious that Nigerians need to join hands and prayers to save the government from further inaction. The PDP made the call for prayers has become necessary given the fact that the Buhari administration is finding it difficult to locate its bearing and even take off face the challenges of governance at the center. PDP National Publicity Secretary Olisa Metu, in a statement in Abuja on Sunday, said the enormity of the confusion surrounding the government and party in the last 1 month makes it imperative for Nigerians to pray as the success or failure of the Buhari administration will not only affect the president and his party, but also the entire nation. With the downturn of economic trends in the country, Nigerians are no doubt suggesting possible ways out, especially now that there is a new government in place. One of the focal arguments of Nigerians is the review of the cost of governance and the bogus allowances of the 8th Assembly as a case study. In this report, Rashid sampled opinions of the newly elected National Assembly members. While some agree to review across board, some are of the opinion that the pay is nothing to worry about. His report.
Economically, Nigeria is having a fair share of the drop in price of crude oil in the global market. While many states are struggling with the payment of workers, the federal government is also lamenting the empty treasury inherited from the immediate past government. No thanks to the news of the 9 billion naira emolument for members of the National Assembly, hence sparking reactions from Nigerians calling for a reduction in the cost of governance, leaving room for a fight back by members of the Assembly. Yelio Mogunwa, The only PDP senator from Ondo State, in his words, says there is nothing much in the said allowance considering the financial responsibilities of senators.
You are interviewing me now. If I leave you here without giving you anything, you won't be happy. You are expecting me to give you something. It's out of this money. People during Christmas, you now find out that, okay, what senators are taking has caused the downturn of the economy of this state. Let's have bacon. But if it is not that, let us go holistic. Let us across board. What sacrifice are we making?
In the words of Abiodun Olujimi, the senator representing Ekiti South Senatorial District, pay cut or reduction in cost of governance won't do the magic, but total cleansing of the system.
People don't take money in cash. No, they take it through the system. If we can look into the system and block the drain pipes, we'll be able to curb corruption 70%. And that's what we require. Not cutting the salaries of hapless Nigerians.
But to these other lawmakers, anything that will lessen the sufferings of Nigerians will be supported, even if it is pay cut.
What is going to alleviate the problem and suffering of our people and that make things easy for this country in terms of infrastructure, in terms of feeding and whatever that necessary for our people is to cut the cost of governance. Me, Duro Fashion is supporting that. The revenue accrued to the government at the national level to the state is reducing daily. So if that is the way out, at least to make sure that we make our own impact in our own time, let it be so.
With the Buhari government making change its forward, Nigerians are hopeful that the change promised will be felt in all spheres, including pay cut of public servants. Rashid, CoreTV News.
The Senate President, Dr. Bukola Saraki, has denied reports that he is nursing the ambition for presidency in 2019, saying he actually quit his presidential bid in the 2015 election for President Muhammadu Buhari. Saraki stated that he contributed immensely to the emergence of Buhari as president and contributed greatly to his victory in the presidential election held on March 28, 2015. The Senate President, who spoke to journalists in an exclusive interview in Abuja on Saturday, also denied having plans to dump the All Progressives Congress due to the ongoing crisis in the party over his leadership of the Senate. Rather, he said what remained paramount in his mind at the moment was how to support the Buhari-led administration to tackle the various social and economic problems confronting the country. A group of Nigerian children are making a case for the federal government to build additional 6 new schools in the northeast. This, they say, will go a long way in catering for the internally displaced children who have been out of school due to the activities of Boko Haram. The group made this appeal when they paid a courtesy call on the Commandant General of the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps, Ade Abolunri, in Abuja.
Today, we, the children of Nigeria, are going to help the government of Nigeria and the internally displaced children to return them back to school by constructing schools. We will do this without asking government for any money. It's time for the people to stand and help our nation and those who need help. Your officers and men are excellent, and that is why they are now in charge of my security.
What is happening here today shows that Nigeria has risen to contribute towards the development of this country. The children also have decided to show concern to what is happening in this country, and you can now see what you see as mock exercise definitely will translate into the consciousness of leadership that is going to be impacted on children all over the country. What is happening today will be viewed by other Nigerian children all over the country.
The National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA Southwest Zone, has disclosed that various disasters in the zone have claimed the lives of about 23 persons, including 7 children with 6-month-old baby consumed in a fire disaster. The zonal office, who was reviewing its activities from March to June 2015, made the revelation, and it also said that it recorded 2 suicide attempts. One person who climbed a television mast was rescued, while one had died before help could reach him. 10 persons suffered various degrees of injuries in the course of the period and the review. According to NEMA, it says the zonal office has recorded about 200 fire disasters and several orders that were handled by efficient firemen of Lagos State Fire Service. The agency therefore advised Nigerians on safety precautions to avoid further occurrence. The immediate past governor of Lagos State, Babatunde Fashola, says he is currently relaxing and getting set for future challenges. Fashola said this at a prayer session organized to mark his 52nd birthday. Amongst those at the prayer is former governor of Ekiti State, Kayode Fayemi, the above Lagos Obariwan Akionu, and many others.
I feel good, resting and resetting and relaxing. So I'm happy. I thank God that I can celebrate another year on earth, and that every day that we really live here, we're all on borrowed time. We must appreciate and be grateful for it. I thank all those who came to celebrate with me. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reward them, guard and guide them.
The executive chairman of Pankshin local government area in the central zone of Plateau State, Simeon Gwa, has decried the abysmal loss of revenue to the local government council from the federal government as a result of the dwindling oil prices, thereby calling for economic diversification.
The source where you are getting your money is no longer coming in as expected. By implication, every sector of the development is affected. So, if I will have no money to continue with my project, by implication, it then means that the salary, the constant payment of salary is also affected. Maybe state can sustain their tempo with the IIG, but what the local government area? What do we have? Is it the local community tax that we can now say we will sustain ourselves with? Or is it the market revenue that we can now say we will sustain ourselves with? So I want to say yes, what is happening on the national level really is affecting us badly.
The APC chairman of the 27 local government area of Imo State have met with the Secretary of the State Government, Jude A. Giogu, to deliberate on their respective rewards for the collective efforts and the victory of the party at the federal and state level. Jude A. Giogu, while speaking with the 27 chairmen, assured them of awesome reward for their hard work. He also reiterates his principal governor, Richard Okorocha's commitment to compensate their hard work.
We need to build this party beyond you. That is the best solution. And these are the people that will build this party beyond you. Because building the party, if you build the party in your local government, this is where we ought to be. You go to Obo can reach out to Abia, and say this is where we ought to be. You are Ngobwala will reach out to Abia, and rivers. The same thing. Okay, we Abia. So this is the and as a matter of fact, Imo State is properly positioned to really give APC what it needs and what it deserves in the Southwest.
We have a party, and we had what Secretary to the State Government, Jude said, has given us the charge And with the cooperation of the party, with the cooperation of our leaders, we will go to places.
Watching CoreTV Prime Time News. We'll take a break. Stay with us.
As news breaks, people don't let events pass without giving their comment or reactions.
When the problem arises in society, these are the people that should be consulted.
To cleanse the corruption in society, we are not to provide information for good life and also security of life and property in this country.
The academic society have the loudest voice on this platform.
Whether you call it a sovereign national conference or a national conference, it's about the people of Nigeria.
There should be a change in power.
In any way they can do it.
I think there's a script already.
Every Tuesday at 8:45 p.m. on this station. From the Ivory Tower, a must-watch for the learning minds.
Good to have you stay on with us. It's CoreTV Prime Time News. Now, if you just joined us, a review of our top stories. The presidency says cleaning the mess left behind by the past administration requires scrupulous and pleased handling. The People's Democratic Party says it has become obvious that Nigerians need to pray and join hands to pray to save Buhari administration from inaction. Internally displaced persons of Nigerian children seek 6 additional schools in the northeast due to Boko Haram insurgency. And do not forget that for more information on CoreTV News, you can catch us on our social media platforms, facebook.com/CoreTV News. On Twitter at CoreTV News NG. And on YouTube, that's youtube.com/CoreTV _Space News. Continue with the rest of our stories now to Kwara State, where Governor Abdul Fattah Ahmed has charged government functionaries and all the state government agencies that the era of impunity is over and a new dawn has come. He stressed this while handing over 42 buses required by the state government at the cost of 270.6 million naira to Harmony Transport to revitalize the operation of the rebranded government-owned transport company. Rashid has more in this report from Ilorin.
The governor, Abdul Fattah Ahmed, while speaking at the handing over ceremony, charged Harmony Holdings, who are now in charge of Kwara Express, which has been renamed Harmony Transport, to boost its internally generated revenue and ensure financial independence. He further says that Kwara State government will streamline the ministries in order to cut the cost of governance, adding that the era of impunity is over.
To the management and staff of Harmony Transport Service Limited, I ask you to see the acquisition of these buses as a passport to a new beginning. Be advised that the era of impunity and careless usage of government properties is over. These new buses and the old ones in the fleet should be deployed efficiently and professionally to ensure their optimal use.
The chairman of Harmony Holdings assures Kwarans to work hard in taking the company to the next level that will see it delving into the rail and shipping sector in years to come.
I am using this opportunity to assure you that we will ensure that the new operational buses being commissioned here today are efficiently and effectively deployed to ensure maximum benefit for Kwarans. Our aim is to be the state transport company with the biggest fleet and the most efficient fleet in Nigeria.
While also commending the state governor, the group managing director of the company, Tokbeda Ramola, assured the state government of prudent management and retraining of the best managers to ensure the realization of the dream of the state government.
We challenge the process, which is the first of its kind in any government-owned company in Nigeria, which allow all present customers and potential customers to even buy their ticket online if they so wish. People can conveniently at the doorstep of their house place ticket, and then that will be done.
But the speech is over. Most Quorans will expect that this newly rebranded company does much better than its predecessor. Rashid, CoreTV News, Ilorin.
Residents of Alagbole Akute in Ifo local government area of Ogun State are grappling with the challenges posed by bad road network over the years. The situation for most residents, which is at peak during the rainy season, and with the rains now here, residents of the area are again exposed to the challenge of navigating the area due to flood and erosion affecting the road network. Our correspondent Precious Kingston, who visited the area, has more in this report presented from our studios.
Movement for those who have access to good roads is just hassle-free, but for the residents of Alagbole Akute for local government area of Ogun State, it's not something to be taken lightly with the awful condition of the road network within the area, which is home to thousands. For an average vehicle owner, navigating the roads here is a difficult task. Different strokes, they say, for different folks, which motorcycles and tricycles have become an alternative means of transportation, with many of them smiling to the bank daily. Some private vehicle owners who are not happy with the bad state of the roads bear their minds on what they go through daily.
Let government just support us to finish this job. We need an assistant. And because this road is worst thing. When the rain continues like this place will not, there is no way to pass. And a lot of motor and a bike spoiling around this road.
We are appealing to the governor to please. This is a good project, but we are appealing to them to finish it on time. The suffering here is much for us. I feel like packing out of Akute and move into Lagos.
These residents say the health implication has become a source of major worry, with refuse dumps now a common sight almost on the major roads.
Government should come to our own aid here and just see what they can do so that the people in this vicinity will not be able to contact any disease from what is going on with this.
The bad road network has 8 implications on economic activities in the area, leading to a mass immigration.
Yes, so everybody has run away now. No one is there again. Everybody has gone to Ajal, Ikeja, Ogba, Bega, Ojodu, so Oshodi. In fact, many has gone back to Ibadan. But we are managing here because we don't have anywhere to go. So we need to relax here and be waiting on to God for God to do something. We are begging the government to assist us. It's not too late. Though we know this is rainy season, but at the same time, maybe during the dry season, they should help us to put things in order.
The problem we have now, look, you can see the vehicle, all the vehicle going now, is this bridge. The governor has tried to do the bridge to this level. Now that it's in, let it come and complete the bridge, or even do the wrong way for us so that we can see road passing. All the vehicles here are damaging. You can see this vehicle damaged, other one damaged there. Just help us to come and do the road. There's no anything else. For this main time now, let it just call the Chinese people to come and straighten the road so that people can pass around and the vehicle can move around.
With this situation showing no signs of an improvement anytime soon due to the ongoing financial crisis that has crippled activities in many states, the demand of the residents of the area is that the state government must find a quick fix solution to the bad state of the road.
With the recently stated resolve of Lagos State Governor Akinwumi Ambode to put an end to the years of suffering by Lagos commuters in traffic gridlock, it appears that not all groups in the society are pleased with the decision. Omotayo Aloho recently undertook a tour of some of the traffic-prone areas in Lagos, has details in this report.
The issue of traffic gridlock in Lagos to some people have assumed legendary proportion, with most people spending hours in avoidable traffic leading to loss of manpower hours. Many have even gone as far as leaving the central business district to ensure they stay away from the traffic. But for these traffic entrepreneurs, it's a win-win situation.
Some people are suffering for it. May I just say sorry for that because I used to make my own money.
How much do you make in a day?
Or sometimes I make 5,000 naira, 3,000 naira, depends how traffic is.
I will go Kingsway, I say. After we don't finish for that place, I come here again, I say.
They added that business for them booms when there is a huge traffic gridlock, irrespective of the risk inherent in the practice of selling in traffic. They say man must keep body and soul together.
I don't have money to rent shop, and here they pay me. And they make small profits. No matter how, where, if I go, only I don't come out, I don't go see like 3,000-4,000 a day. Understand? I get family, I take the feed them. Yeah, that's one thing they like hold up. Hold on a sharp business.
I myself, I didn't pray to be in this hold up. Even though by the God grace, when I see a little money that I'm expecting, I can leave the hold up.
I just finished my secondary school. I don't have any money to sponsor myself to build the institution. That's why I joined to sell this.
While the state government is putting into place measures to reduce the traffic gridlocks in Lagos and reduce losses of productivity, the traffic entrepreneurs say the state should take them into consideration and provide stalls for them to continue their business. Omotayualo, CoreTV News, Lagos.
What could have been a major tragic inferno was on Friday averted in Oshogbo, the Osun state capital, when a fuel tanker lost control around Ogboluga area of the Gongang-Ibadan road, hitting 4 other vehicles in the process. The fuel tanker was carrying about 33,000 litres of premium motor spirit, popularly known as petrol, as at the time the incident occurred. No life was lost in the incident, but 3 persons were reportedly injured, including a beggar who was said to have been saved from under one of the vehicles involved.
I saw the trailer that was already hooked on with the Korokwe, with the Camry, with the red Camry and my car at the middle. He was just pushing them down. Later on, the Korokwe now tall at the gutter before he now stopped.
Because it's loaded with 33,000 of PMS, which is petrol. It's fully loaded. If this trailer should fall down, it's going to cause a lot of chaos, a lot of menace. So the driver tried to use this vehicle, or in his own experience, just to put this trailer at stop instead of crashing it down.
If things have worked the way it should work, that is transporting most of our petrol use through the rail, I think the menace of these trailers will be reduced.
The Plateau State chapter of the Nigerian Medical Association, in collaboration with the Nigerian Union of Journalists, the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency and others, have put together a seminar aimed at sensitizing people on the dangers of drug abuse. Our Plateau State correspondent who attended the seminar reports that medical experts warned youths against drug abuse. Details of the seminars presented in this report from our studios.
International Day Against Drug Abuse and Illicit Trafficking is observed annually each year, with the day serving as a reminder of the ongoing war around the world on illicit drug use and trafficking. For this medical expert, however, Nigeria may be at risk of losing the battle if the government does not sustain the fight.
There is danger on drugs, and it's all around us. Now there are legal drugs and there are illegal drugs. And illegal drugs will include things like alcohol and even prescription drugs. As long as any drug is used beyond what the doctor has prescribed you for, or in excess of it, or without the intention for which the doctor prescribed it, that constitutes drug abuse.
According to the chairman of the Nigerian Medical Association, Plateau State, the ongoing and seeming unending communal crisis in Plateau State may be a direct result of the high level of abuses of illicit substances. He added that some of those involved in abuse of illicit substance may not really understand the dangers inherent in the practice.
They are prone to crimes, and criminal tendencies and all of that. So that is why the theme is apt. Because once we develop our communities without drugs, it creates a healthier society, a more sane society where mental health, it's promoted and all of that. Because whatever decisions, even criminals, armed robbers, everything comes from the brain, the state of one. Somebody will feel high, okay, I can carry my gun and kill anybody. That's the effect of the drug, not really the person. Naturally, those people involved in crime, some of them take drugs. Some of these hard drugs make them high. So they forget about any human feeling to go and commit such crimes.
But if you take those drugs out, we develop without those drugs, honestly, it's to go a long way to create a more saner, more peaceful, crisis-free society. That's what I think the import of the day and the theme.
The quest to have a drug-free youth and nation is, according to Bello Wumini, the principal staff officer of the Drug Demand Unit of the NDLEA, is a shared responsibility of all. According to him, the Plateau State Command of the NDLEA is confident that the youth can be all they want to be without engaging in drug abuse because it leads to many ills, which including aborted dreams, diseases such as HIV/AIDS, and hepatitis, and untimely death.
Well, my message to the youth, they have to do away with drug abuse. They have to live their life devoid of drugs. You can be what you want to be at any time without drugs. Drugs out of it. Drugs shatter dreams, drugs kill ambition, and drugs kills.
The NDLEA also added that it will continue to work with all relevant stakeholders to realize the dream of a drug-free society.
Meat is regarded as one of the nutritious and proteinous benefits of healthy living. While some others disagree, others agree. But what exactly is your position? Olajumoke Latunji has more in this report.
Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations. The livestock sector is one of the top 3 or 2 most significant contributors to the most serious environmental problems at every scale from local to global. As well as being responsible for a huge chunk of global greenhouse gas emissions, meat production requires increasingly unsustainable levels of precious resources, land, water and energy, and is a major contributor towards global environmental degradation. Nearly a third of all the land on Earth is usually used for livestock and feed production. So, with the world's population expected to reach 9 billion by 2050, raising enough animals to keep up with our current meat-heavy diets spells disaster for the planet. In fact, if everyone in the world ate so much meat as those in Western countries, we would need 4 to 5 more planets to sustain ourselves. Over the last 50 years, there has been a dramatic rise in the amount of meat that people are eating. There are also many people who automatically include meat in a meal, without considering other options. Reducing our meat consumption is health as well as environmental benefits. Research performed by Oxford University found that 45,000 lives a year would be saved by people reducing their meat intake. 31,000 from heart diseases, 9,000 from cancer, and 5,000 from stroke.
Of protein, and in this part of the world where we are, I think the major source of protein for the common man, as you rightly put it, is meat. Although there are so many other beautiful sources of protein, but meat is the common one and mainly understood as a source of protein. There's nothing wrong in taking meat, but like you rightly said, when at a particular age, it will be encouraged that, especially when you are getting to about 40, 50 years and above, it will be encouraged that you take less of meat consumption because of your heart. You see, because today we have a lot of problems all over the globe. People just collapse because of heart attack, cardiovascular problems. Now we see that as we age, the tendency is that our immune system seems to be slow.
And of course, eating less meat is also a compassionate choice. Over 60 billion animals are farmed and killed each year. The vast majority raised in crowded feedlots or intensive factory farms.
Of meat, yeah, 5 or 4, it's okay for me. Yeah, it's because just I like meat. That's the thing.
So you can't do without meat?
Yeah, I can't do without meat.
I don't believe in taking meat. I believe in taking fish because I've grown up with fish. I've grown up in a fish environment, so I've grown up with it. Then I eat it. I don't depend on. I don't like at all. I don't like meat at all.
Every day is a problem. It causes a lot of worms, and it disturbs the head. So wild fish is very good.
I shouldn't take more than one.
One. So you prefer fish or what?
I even prefer fish.
Skipping meat for 1 day a week is a small change which can make a big difference. It's positive, fun, healthy, and an easy way to make a meaningful contribution to a more sustainable future. Olajumoke Olatunji, CoreTV News, Lagos.
It's CoreTV Primetime News. We'll take another break. Stay with us.
You can now watch CoreTV News live from anywhere in the world on our website, www.coretvnews.com. Click on Live TV on our website and watch us live.
And welcome to CoreTV Primetime News.
To follow us on Twitter, click on Twitter icon on our website. On Facebook, click on the Facebook and YouTube to see all our previous news production. You can also watch us live on YouTube. Click CoreTV, leave a space, then News. CoreTV News, a 24-hour news station.
Welcome back. Now outside Nigeria, the European Business News. The European Central Bank says it will maintain its emergency funding of Greek banks at the current level. The ECB said that it stood ready to review the decision on its emergency liquidity assistance and would work closely with the Bank of Greece. The current ceiling for emergency liquidity assistance agreed on Friday in £63 billion. Economists say Sunday's decision by the ECB not to provide additional aid may result in Greek banks closing on Monday, pending the imposition of capital controls. Greece and its creditors had been locked in negotiations over a new bailout on Friday when the Greek government called a surprise referendum for 5 July over whether to accept the terms it was being offered. It has described the international offer as not viable. Houthi forces have fired missiles at storage tanks at the Aden oil refinery, starting a large fire. Witnesses in the southern Yemen port city have told the Reuters news agency. Video footage showed black smoke billowing over the facility in Aden's Buraj district on Sunday. Both the port and the refinery in Aden are controlled by pro-government fighters, and the area has seen fierce clashes between rival forces. Meanwhile, a government official told the AFP news agency that the rebels also targeted a Qatar vessel carrying food supplies from Djibouti, a hub for Yemen-born humanitarian aid, and that the attack forced it to turn back. The minority Houthis have been battling the Yemen government for months, taking control of major cities, including the capital, Sana'a. Kuwait authorities say they have identified the suicide bomber of a Shia mosque as a Saudi citizen. Kuwait's Interior Ministry said on Sunday that the suicide bomber who lured an attack on Imam Sadiq Mosque in Al-Shawaba neighborhood that left 27 people dead was identified as a Saudi citizen. It says Fahar Sulaiman entered Kuwait City on Friday morning, the same day of the attack, through Kuwait International Airport. The ministry confirmed on Sunday that authorities have also arrested the owner of the house where the suicide bomber was staying. Police say they were questioning a number of suspects with possible links to the bombing. And now to sports, where former Nigerian international Sunday Olise has clamored for the Super Eagles' return to the National Stadium, Lagos, for the international matches. In the space of 12 months, the former African champions have played in several stadia in the country where they have recorded contrasting results. According to the former Borussia Dortmund star, the surest bet for the country to remain invincible at home is by bringing them back to their former fortress in Lagos. He said it's a lot easier now to play for Nigeria, and I guess that is one of the reasons we are not doing so well now. In those days, you go to the National Stadium Lagos and front 100,000 fans. Cristiano Ronaldo has hit out at false news regarding his future and again stated his happiness at Real Madrid. The 30-year-old was linked with a return to former club Manchester United last summer, and his future has again been questioned 12 months and following the appointment of Rafa Benitez as Madrid's new coach. However, despite showing his loyalty to Carlos Ancelotti in a Twitter post shortly before he was sacked in May, Ronaldo has dismissed reports his disillusioned with life in the Spanish capital. Louis van Gaal has admitted he's angry with the speculation about David De Gea's future at the Manchester United during a bizarre telephone conversation which has been aired on a Spanish television channel. A reporter from CoreTV called the Dutchman at his home in Amsterdam to ask about De Gea's future at Old Trafford, as well as United interest in Sergio Ramos. Van Gaal was typically caught with his responses and maintained that he would not openly discuss United transfers business, although he did initially admit to being angered by the rumors surrounding his #1 goalkeeper. It's CoreTV Prime Time News, and just before we go, a recap of our major headlines. The presidency says cleaning up the mess left behind by the past administration requires scrupulous and painstaking planning. We also told you that the People's Democratic Party says it has become obvious that Nigerians need to join hands and prayers to save the Buhari administration from inaction. We heard from CoreTV News that internal displaced persons of Nigerian children seek 6 additional schools in the northeast due to Boko Haram insurgency. And that concludes our news tonight. Thank you so much for staying on with us. On behalf of the entire production crew, I am Gift, or get time to have a lovely, lovely night rest.